Quick note, this is an AI-assisted recap made for learning, not the original video, and not an official translation. In this episode of Sega on AI, host Sega Cheng of iKala sits down with Dr. Lee-Feng Chien, the former head of Google Taiwan, to face one big worry. Everyone's anxious that AI will replace humans. But for the island, the question is sharper. In the global AI map, is Taiwan a lead actor, or just the factory? Dr. Chien starts with what just happened. For years the tech world made pilgrimages to CES in America, now the frenzy has come home to Taiwan's own Computex. In the aftermath, Taiwan's stock market has swelled until it rivals Japan's in size, an unprecedented capital island floating on a wave of global money. For an island this small, that is a staggering scale. It signals just how central Taiwan has become to the entire world's bet on artificial intelligence. The obvious fear is a bubble. But Dr. Chien argues this wave is different, because the demand underneath it is what economists call rigid demand. We're entering the agent era. Companies no longer want a chatbot to play with, they need AI employees that genuinely get real work done. Once you can hand higher-level tasks to a machine that actually delivers, that demand doesn't vanish when times get tight. It becomes a genuine necessity. Here's the number that makes it real. Dr. Chien points to estimates that by 2030, the world's token consumption could surge as much as 24 times. At that scale, the bottleneck isn't clever software, it's whether the hardware running it can stay efficient. And that is exactly where Taiwan wins. Its chip giants, the sacred mountains that guard the island, are built to squeeze more computing out of every watt. Efficiency is their home turf. The conversation turns to America, a country split between two coasts. On the east sit the policymakers in Washington, on the west sit the founders building the technology. The two pull in different directions. Founders want speed and openness, policymakers weigh national security, geopolitics, and who controls the supply chains underneath it all. Taiwan sits right in the middle of that tension. Understanding how those two coasts collide is essential to reading where the whole AI race is heading. Then comes a warning. Taiwan faces what people here call the 5 shortages, gaps in land, power, water, workers, and talent that limit how far it can grow. His answer is to stop thinking small and island-bound. Widen the very idea of Taiwanese to include talent everywhere, and don't insist that everything happen at home. And use that swollen capital wisely, smart money to acquire talent and technology around the world, buying the pieces the island can't grow fast enough on its own. Now for the most counterintuitive line of the whole talk. Dr. Chien says, almost cheerfully, that luckily Taiwan's software industry has always been weak. Why is weakness good? Because AI dramatically lowers the barrier to writing software, and Taiwan carries almost no heavy legacy systems it must first unlearn. So software can grow fresh, right on top of the hardware Taiwan already dominates, and then scale outward on the back of AI. Weakness becomes a clean slate. A concrete shift is already coming to shopping. In agentic commerce, your AI agent quietly handles the repeat purchases and optimizes inventory in the background for you. Welcome to the zero-click economy, where you no longer browse and tap through every purchase. The agent decides, buys, and reorders before you even think about it. That upends advertising. A new craft called Generative Engine Optimization, or GEO, is rewriting the old rules of search ads for a world run by machines. Here's a reframing worth pausing on. Most people see AI as a way to cut operating costs, but Dr. Chien insists its biggest value lies somewhere else. The real prize is boosting core research and development. Not trimming a little here and there, but supercharging the very engine that invents new products. The effect can be dramatic. He describes research cycles that once took a full 10 years being compressed, with AI's help, down to as little as 6 months. So how do you personally survive this current instead of drowning in it? Dr. Chien offers 4 simple moves anyone can start today: ask, use, manage, create. Ask good questions, use the tools daily, manage them like a team, and create with them. Do that, and you can build your own personal AI double. Do this and you climb into the 1% who lead instead of follow. The original conversation is linked in the description, so go watch it. See you next time.